Hey there, welcome into another edition of Bills Take Two. I'm Jonathan Acosta, joined by our WGRZ Bills insider, Vic Carucci. Vic, this is the week after the draft, but we've got some free agent pickups to talk about with the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo announcing 3 signings on this Friday in wide receiver Chase Claypool, linebacker Deion Jones, and defensive edge Dwayne Smoot. And let's start at the wide receiver position, because that was the position Bills Mafia was focused on going into the draft. They take one receiver in Keon Coleman, but they've made a couple of free agent pickups after that, signing Quintez Cephas and now the signing of Claypool here on this Friday. Just when you look at those 2 additions for the Bills in that wide receiver room, what kind of lens do you view those through? And what kind of insight might that give into what the Bills are trying to get into that position group?
Yeah, I think it's the kind of receivers you're going to find, or players you're going to find this time of year. They're sitting in these sort of bins of can they be players that can have their careers revived, saved, whatever you want to call it, because things have not worked out with their previous team. So the Bills are taking these flyers, and especially when it comes to the receiver position, this is how they're addressing it beyond the draft. As far as the Bills are concerned, the draft was the major attempt to resolve the holes that they have at receiver. Now this is, okay, can we find something here? Maybe, but if these guys don't make it, they don't really see it as a big loss.
Do you think the group of Bills pass catchers, even if these receivers that they're signing in free agency don't really pan out, just with having Shakir and Samuel and Coleman, when you combine that with the tight end position with Knox and Kincaid, and the pass catchers, James Cook and Ray Davis is also a good pass catcher out of the backfield, the running back they drafted out of Kentucky. Do you think the pass catching weapons for Josh Allen are there, even if some of these flyers at receiver don't pan out?
I think with what we've seen of the returning players, the incumbent receivers, and what Josh has been able to do with them, he's elevated their performances, because that's what outstanding quarterbacks do. And he's capable of doing that, certainly with Coleman, possibly Claypool. I mean, anybody else who is part of that receiver room has a chance to excel because Josh Allen is throwing him the ball. For Chase Claypool, this is his 4th team, and this will be likely the best quarterback he's ever had. And that could mean some very good things for him, assuming he applies himself, assuming he doesn't do the things from an attitude standpoint, whatever it was, that worked against him in his previous 3 stops.
Now let's talk about the other 2 free agency additions that the Bills announced, both on the defensive side, in Dwayne Smoot and Deion Jones, both guys that have had some productive seasons, Jones in Atlanta, Smoot in Jacksonville. Just what do you see out of those 2 additions?
I really like the Jones signing, and I think there has to be at least some level of concern or thought to the idea of what are you getting back from Matt Milano from that injury? Are you getting the full guy? Are you getting the player he was when he was one of the very best linebackers in the league? Are you getting him back for a full season? And is he able to last a full season? So the more experienced depth that you can bring there, the better. And I think Jones would be a very good fit for the kind of scheme the Bills use defensively. And I'm not saying that he's an exact replacement for a fully healthy Matt Milano, but the combination of Jones and some of the other linebackers they have on this roster could allow the Bills to survive if, again, they don't get the full Milano back in the lineup.
And in that same position group, the Bills also added a 5th-round pick in Adefwon Ulofoshio out of Washington, a former All-American with the Huskies. And Ulofoshio and the rest of the rookies, we'll see them on the field for the first time at rookie minicamp next Friday. Just what are some storylines that you're looking forward to out of next week? What do you want to see out of these rookies? And maybe who are the ones that we should be really paying attention to when rookie minicamp rolls around?
I think it's all about Keon Coleman in terms of the excitement level that the fan base has. Even casual Bills fans are asking me that question, what do you think of this guy? And they see how much personality and how much fun he has. Now you hope that is backed up with play, because his performance, of course, is all that matters. But if you mix that with the personality, he is a very easy guy for people to like right out of the box. And you're seeing that kind of reaction that people are having to a lot of the social media posts and so forth. As far as a player that, even though you don't have contact in these off-season mini camps and OTAs, I think Dwayne Carter, because of the elevated level of maturity that he has, just well beyond his years. He even looks the part with a receding hairline, that he seems much older than a rookie. But when you think about the position he plays, how he plays it, so instinctively, he's so explosive, the quick penetration he gets. Not the biggest guy, but I think there's a lot of strength there. And his anticipation, his awareness of what's around him, all of that adds up in a Sean McDermott defense that values that level of intelligence, study, putting that time in to be the best you can be. It's not just the time in the weight room; it's the time in the film room. It's the time, in those meetings with your coaches. And I think he will naturally bring some leadership too. Even though you got some veterans there among the defensive linemen, I think he's going to show right away that he's not just there to, be a complementary part. I think he wants to make a quick impact, and I think he can. We may not necessarily see it in these off-season workouts, but that's a guy I like a lot. I would throw in one other name, and that would be Ray Davis, because you look at the running back position, rookie running backs have to get on the field as quickly as possible because their shelf life is generally so short. And the compact power that he provides, I think, is a good addition to an offense that has the explosiveness, speed of James Cook. If you work in Davis in those short yardage goal line situations, something that I think the Bills want to have consistent, where they want to have consistent success, he's a candidate for that.
All right. I mean, it's certainly exciting. We're certainly looking forward to getting a look in person at some of these rookies that the Bills have added, and we look forward to talking with Vic as this offseason continues. Thank you, Vic.